easy it is for him to deal with all that. But, I mean, if you see Kevin, you expect the Keeper, you expect hunts, and you expect either expansions or towers somewhere. So, Big Teddy, keep your eyes open.
Yeah, Kevin's known for kind of emulating the top-level Night Elf play against Orc, you know, trying to get the hunts out, get the expansion, get all the mass units from Ancients of War online, throwing up a couple cheeky Ancient Protectors maybe to try and distract the Orc. And Teddster here, I can see an early War Mill coming up.
Yes.
So I'd be really shocked to see if there's a super early Tower Rush or something coming, but probably going to be Headhunters here to help creep with the mirror image, of course, is really effective.
You say, of course. It's not really the norm, is it? I mean, against the Keeper, to get it on level 2 or 3 kind of is, especially on like Concealed Hill or something. But yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, and also, you know, Headhunters here, they really help to get you to creep to level 3, which is actually really strong against Night Elf, surprisingly. Especially in Tier 2, you know, Orc can throw in a different hero, such as, you know, Tinker to buy space, and Naga to put pressure, or of course Shadowhunter with wards is pretty typical as well. And in the meantime here, Kevin is creeping up, pretty standard right here, you know, going with the Ancient of War to get the big consumable. Scroll of the Beast, not the best item in the world, it has to be said. Definitely would have preferred the big mana there. And Teddster, you see the power of mirror image. This kind of almost over buff spell in a sense. It's able to be used pretty much off cooldown constantly every 3 seconds. It's absolutely insane. And the blade here not getting very good items. We've got Ring of Protection +4, as well as the Wand of Mana Stealing, both pretty mediocre items. Keeper here continuing to creep up, gets a replenishment potion, pretty nice item. And tech is underway for Kevin, so as far as we can see, there's actually no super early expansion and no hunts. No Hunter's Hall no Hunter's Hall coming either. So yeah, Kevin's game plan here, I'm actually a little bit unsure what we're going to be seeing. Definitely interesting. And both players, they don't care about each other right now. They're just going to creep up to 3 as quickly as possible. We've got Teddster here. Getting the shop, of course, not forgetting that. And Keeper here on the prowl. The grunt is a bit low, though. Kevin is going to commit here, trading out a lot of HP and mana, of course, for the grunt kill. But there's a lot of experience. And is it going to get denied? No, the grunt goes down. And that is actually level 3 for Kevin in the meantime here. Beautiful split creeping here with the archers. Nice little Ring of Protection. Again, not amazing. But that's ready and waiting for probably the second hero of Kevin. And Keeper level 3 is just so dangerous. Holding on to the skill point as well quite nicely. We might be able to get a lot of harass done with like level 2 Entangle. Or level 2 Force of Nature, of course, to help creep that second hero. And Teddy, in the meantime, he is definitely scared of that level 3 Keeper, as you should be. We see the level 2 Entangle being skilled up right now. Oh, the Headhunters here are definitely going to be victims of this Keeper right now. That is pretty bad for Teddy. Not able to get that level 3 faster than the Keeper, unfortunately. And Keeper, is he going to get a second Entangle off? No. Decides to staff on home. Meet up with the archers, which he's got 6 of. Or 7, actually, incoming as well, potentially. Yeah. There's going to be a big push, I think.
Ooh, looking good for Kevin. I had to step outside. We are clearly trying to fix the clicking. Very sorry about that, guys. There's a task force on the clicking issue right now. Like 10 people on high alert to, I don't know, man, just put something in the fan that it stops rotating. Whatever it is, we're on it. And of course, once the round of 8 starts, we're going to have a different setup. And that's not going to be the case anymore. But Kevin just continues to do damage to Teddy, who seems to have a very tough time.
Oh, man,
famous and snare on from Murlocs against Headhunters. But Teddy with the sweet surround.
Yeah, nice 4-pointer right here, actually. And I think the Keeper's going to be forced into a TP, which isn't ideal, but Teddy's lost so many units right now. Oh, another Headhunter almost going down. This one here should definitely die off to the Entangle. And it's Demon Hunter lures for Kevin.
Okay, so you can't play Mass Dryads against Headhunters, I guess. It's too much damage. So at some point, you're going to tech to tier 3, or what do you do with that?
Yeah, I would normally agree. It's kind of a risky choice, right? But Kevin has done such a good job of keeping the Headhunter numbers under control. And perhaps he's going to rely on like a tanky level 3 Demon Hunter, just keeping the front line strong for the Night Elf as much as possible. Treants as well, of course, are very strong when you've got a bunch of them, forcing the Shaman to purge all the time. And then the Archers and Dryads can do damage from behind.
And Teddy, Kevin will have a little bit of time because Teddy is going tier 3 with this. Is he bringing the Rara to Rara?
We wished for that so much last time. We didn't see any Bloodlusted Torrents, I think, in any of the series, and we're wondering, we're at RaRaLand,
That's right.
and there's no Rara.
That's right. We need to have Rara. I mean, the creeps are supporting us. It's like the crowd here in Dortmund. They're cheering us on, but yeah, now it's time for Teddy to do some damage, and you know, a keeper can kill Headhunters real quick with the Entangle, but never underestimate a Blade Master and Illusion.
Oh, nice blocking here.
Look at Teddy flexing his
Oh
big
my god.
muscle. That's a sick block. He's still blocked.
Jeez, he's still getting blocked. The Blade, he's getting in front of him again. He's got boots on the mirror image. It's faster than the Demon Hunter. Damn, the Demon Hunter took a lot of damage there, and Kevin's actually really low on Moon Juice.
Bro, Teddy. He really wants that match against Razor Moon again. You can see it. You can feel it. And of course, for a potential map 2, you always have to have that in the back of your head. Like, Teddy could tower rush you at any given moment. And probably a bit annoyed of that early game, but he knows that was Kevin's power spike with the Keeper. Now he's trying to keep the Demon Hunter low and get levels onto his Shadow Hunter.
Yeah, the Shadow Hunter is actually making his way across the map in a very unusual way. We see the SH making his way down to the south of the map. I highly doubt he's going to go for the red camp, Teddy, but probably going to get that Scorpion camp at the orange, which is very sneaky. But of course, in the meantime, Kevin here kind of realizes that the Shadow Hunter is not trying to do middle and manages to secure himself Bone Chimes. And of course, tier 3 is coming behind as well, Neo. That's going to be some Lifesteal Bears.
It is Lifesteal Bears, but it might be a bit late. Teddster's already done with the tier 3 in a second, and then it's big damage. And Serpent Wards as well for the Shadow Hunter. Makes sense, but...
Oh, it's getting close a little bit there.
Got it. Okay, Teddy not breaking the sweat there, despite...
Oh, the Headhunters too, though. They're getting bruised. Look at all the skeletons, Neo. Wait a second here. Oh, Teddy just barely keeping his army alive here. Gonna have to use a ton of salves, to keep his units healthy. Shaman taking a bit of damage too. I guess this army just isn't very robust.
Man, this kind of looked like me against the big golem on Last Refuge, but Teddy, of course, quite a few levels higher than I am. Blade Master still has mana and mirror image to get out of potential surrounds. He's playing a damn fine Blade Master.
Yeah, Blade here is just doing a great job keeping the elf as busy as possible. And Kevin here, he doesn't have any more mana to help control the Blade. And Teddy has picked off so many archers this game. I think it's been about 5 kills on those archers, which is just insane. And, you know, we're 9 minutes into the game, and Kevin's been creeping kind of hard and still doesn't have that level 3 demon online. And the Shadow Hunter is actually kind of catching up now for Teddster.
Yeah, he didn't do any damage to Teddster in a long time. Nothing to the bases, no push towards the burrows. Does he even have reinforced defenses? No, not really, right? He wasn't forced into doing that for a safety measure. He's doing it now, but those were all resources that he could put into the army. Adept upgrade for the Shaman, maybe a bit late, but he was rushing tier 3, was maybe a bit short on lumber, or just simply forgot. All possible, but yeah, Creepcraft continues.
Yeah, for Orc it's kind of tricky, right? When you try to fast tech, it's really hard to get 2 Shaman plus Adept finished by the time you get to tier 3, because of course you would love to start that master training right away, but there's a lot of stuff in production for Orc on the way to tier 3, and if they just rush it immediately, it's usually really difficult for them to get the upgrades online. And Teddster here finds Django Endurance, Neo. That's pretty sick. Kind of obviates the need for Teddster to actually get a TC and just aim for high level Blade Shadow, which I think is probably the right play.
Was about to say, like, now that you have the Aura level 1, do you really need the TC? He's preventing the Blade Master from reaching level 5, he's preventing the SH from reaching level, but he's still confident that he needs it. Like, worst case, you just sell it for a lot of gold and build units with it, or the TC, basically. Still needs to level, but then the Stomps against Bears, pretty good.
Yeah, the Stomp is definitely effective. The trouble is Demon Hunter as a second choice here is just amazing for Kevin. It counters Shadow Hunter, it counters TC. So Kevin may potentially have all the cards in his hand if he can get a proper frontline established and is able to really get into those fights on top of those Berserkers, because they're going to do a lot of DPS. And if the TC gets a money stomp on everything, this is going to be tough.
Hell yeah. So, what's Kevin gonna get? Is Fortuna with him? Lady Luck? Can't see what it is. Cloth plus 12, never bad, but compared to an Aura, especially the before mentioned Brilliance Aura, it's not that great, but nobody will ever complain about balance. Balance? No. Damage! Everybody will complain about balance, but not about damage. Oh, damn.
You've had too many balance talks this past year, haven't you, Neo?
A little bit. It's all Dondo's fault. And Night Elf Discord's fault.
But yeah, no, clause 12, not amazing. But the Demon Hunter potential with Orb as well, it's going to be a lot of damage. Also, we've got, you know, Vampiric Aura online for the DH, plus 8 armor from those rings. We've got Slippers of Agility as well, so he's going to be super tanky. Oh, and Keeper's got double Pendant of Energy as well.
That's
So just infinite summons, infinite tangles. Those Shamans going to be working overtime to control all of
But
that.
it's only 3 of them, if our overlay is correct. That's not much. You need mana for Rara as well. You need to Dispel a lot. And you're being mana burned.
It's tough. And also some maybe lightning shields now and then. So yeah, there's a lot of mana pressure for Orc in general. We can see Master Training for those Shaman has just completed as well, taking up all of that production space, unfortunately, for Teddster. It takes a long time to get enough Shaman online. And Kevin, he's getting a few upgrades. He's got the Shredder, so wood will never be an issue for Elf, which is great. And finally breaking here to 55 supply with the Pit Lord third.
Ooh,
bring on the pity.
Ooh, damn, that's a Sonic play, actually.
With Rain of Fire as well. Definitely the vibe play right there.
It is a Sonic play. Patu brought him in as well. The Shadow Hunter in a horrible situation. Teddy, be careful.
Oh man, the Entangle's coming out again, and the Shadow Hunter just gets absolutely bodied by the Demon Hunter there. Rough start for the fight for Teddster. He had no way to save his hero, no invo potions. TC as well is just getting absolutely wrecked. Pitlord did his job, I guess, in level 1. He is out of the fight super quick.
TC with the first stomp of the fight. The bears are soaking up so much damage. Demon Hunter gotta be careful, and somehow, despite the Shadow Hunter loss, Teddy is turning this around with a wonderful concave. Keeper says thank you for the experience, gets up to level 5. It's a bit surprising that this TC is still up, and oh my god, Kevin is losing so many bears.
Yeah, those bears are just melting in front of the face of those Berserkers, man. Bloodlusted Berserkers just doing an insane amount of damage. Blade Master here, he doesn't have the craziest inventory, but just crit level 2 and images is enough, pretty much. There was also Kodo Aura, of course. Lightning or plus Purge keeps the bears locked in place so they can't be microed away as well. And yeah, Kevin here, I'm not sure Mass Bears is going to end up being the play.
Right? Why is he not going Mountain Giants? It's MG equals GG.
I know,
even
from
Einstein knows.
From the from the man who pioneered that phrase himself.
That's right.
It's surprising not to see any.
Maybe he thought he doesn't have the time. Maybe he values Rejuve a lot. But yeah, that was rough. Indeed. So Kevin has to bring it back. He's still up in supply, but if that fight was an indicator, that was a fight without the Shadow Hunter. Still benched for 20 seconds, but just look at the Demon Hunter. He got stomped. He's melting.
Whoa.
Thankfully, Night Elves out of staff. But now what? Entangle, Keeper. There's Cow on the menu today. Blade Master. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this damage. Sick.
Beef's back on the menu, boys. But yeah. TC there falling, of course. Kevin with the level, not actually level 3 Entangle, but the level 2 with Duration was just enough to keep the TC locked down. He is dead, of course. Pitlord level 1 is back. Once again, gonna get that cleave second on level 2 for sure. And the Demon Hunter, that was so close, man. Just playing, dancing on a knife's edge there with that hero. If there was one more Purge, that Demon Hunter could not be staffed. And that might have been game over. Kevin is so keen to fight, but the Pitlord, just gets absolutely decimated by this level 5 Blade Master. The damage is just absolutely ridiculous. We're seeing the crits coming out as well. The bears here are just falling like flies right now. 30 supply left for Kevin. It looks absolutely dire right now, Neo.
This freaking crazy Teddster,
More
the
crits!
Night Elf Slayer here at RaRa last year and this year. What are you supposed to do? This was like 10 foot ahead, and this Blade Master is a super nice front row. This was the worst position for Kevin to fight in. All the headhunters were here behind these little rocks, and the illusions, and of course the TC for a while. Everything was protected, and Kevin just can't reach with his melee bear army, and the Dryads don't do enough damage. They fall way too quickly. Can he save him? Not like he's not really close to ultimates either that might save him. He doesn't have an expansion yet, but he's trying.
We also do have the MG upgrades prepared ahead of time.
Ooh,
so
true.
if Kevin wants to make 2 more MGs, get back up to 50 pop, then he can do so with the upgrades already prepared ahead of time. But Teddster, he's sitting comfortably at 58 supply. Heroes are looking nice. Still holding on to the Django, surprisingly. I think he just forgot about that. Could definitely use with selling that, but then it's going to get taxed, Neo.
It was
Pay those dirty taxes
It
and low
also
upkeep.
was nice to have this backup. The TC was dead for a little bit. He still had that aura. So better safe than sorry, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm seeing in chat as well, why Rain of Fire instead of Howl? I'm not too sure either. I think Howl would have been absolutely insane against this Orc army.
Exactly. Maybe a misclick, maybe too inspired by Sonic, because I love that Pitlord by Sonic, but let the Pit Lord cleave, please. That's what he does best. And if he's casting Rain of Fire, then he can't cleave. I mean, the upside is you don't have to go to the very, very front line to do damage. But is there really a big difference between melee damage and Rain of Fire range?
Yeah, not so much, I guess. Kevin's expansion attempt here is being absolutely thwarted right now by Teddy. Teddy is at 60 supply as well. He can definitely take a fight if needed. And it's interesting to see as well, both players just forgoing all shop consumables. No invos, no heal scrolls, no TPs, no nothing, Neo.
I mean, there is an invo potion somewhere. We have it on the indicator. But where is it?
I can't see it in anyone's inventory, so...
That's odd. So what's more... Did someone use it on accident? What's more likely? Our overlay is wrong or someone used it on accident?
Is this not just the indicator for when it comes back up in the shop, though?
Yeah.
Oh, but I mean, no one has an invo in their inventory for now.
Someone had to use it. Oh, we got... We're being visited. Come in. Okay, we're not being visited.
We're not. Scratch that.
But people are looking into the room trying to fix this AC. So don't worry, guys. We are aware and the team is on it. Wonderful.
Isn't it crazy just to see Kevin catching up in supply again?
Yeah, how's that possible?
Well, I suppose, you know, Teddy, he's kind of held on to his resources. Didn't sell that Django before. He's been in low upkeep pretty much the entire time. And Kevin, you know, obviously he fell in supply. He's below 50 supply again. But MGs, they just take up so much space, man. I mean, look at the size of those boys. They gotta take up 7 food.
Big boys indeed. And 1600 HP and hard to do damage against them. Now Teddy is the one with an expansion. It's a tiny. There was a lot of gold. This was why Kevin was able to catch up in supply. Because this building is quite expensive. But immediately scouted. So now the question, are 2 MGs enough?
Yeah, this is going to be a fight to the death right here, guys. Kevin has to make something happen. Teddy's going to get that double income flowing pretty much right now, but it was a pretty risky play by Teddy. I feel like maybe he should have just gone up to 70 supply, keep building a larger and larger army, because this is the weakest point for him now. He just spent all that money, and now Kevin's coming in with 2 GGMGs.
Ooh, and
so
he doesn't even
scary,
have
man.
the craziest upgrades yet. It's just 1-0 on the Headhunter, so these bad boys could be even worse. This is probably the fight of the game. Level 4 on the Shadowhunter. He finally got level 2 heal wave, so that's important. Fighting position, a lot better for Kevin than the previous one. We see the impact of Rain of Fire. Headhunters have to separate. That's lower damage uptime. But Illusion soaking up damage. Shadowhunter in trouble once again. Prime target. Demon Hunter is chasing. And these claws come in so handy.
Oh, the Orb of Venom taking the Shadowhunter down almost to 0 HP, of course. Not able to do lethal damage there. Super, super close there for Teddy. But the TC is the next victim here for Kevin. It just gets absolutely evaporated by the damage of the Night Elf. But again, in the meantime, look at the Elf army. It's just getting wrecked here by these Berserkers. They are going ham. And level 6 Blade Master.
Oh my god.
Dude, we're going to see Bladestorm. I really hope so.
Yeah, what do you even skill? I mean, you got level 3 critical strike at your fingertips, but also Bladestorm. There's a Demon Hunter against you. You don't know if you will have
It is
the mana.
Bladestorm.
It is Bladestorm. First map of the tournament, first ultimate.
That's so sick, man. We could have hoped for a better opening to this tournament.
These guys 100% deliver. Kevin, absolute showman. Teddy, an absolute showman. What way out is there for Kevin? I mean, 20-minute mark, main bases, 1500, 2.5 minutes of mining roundabout. But no army. We see it at the bottom left. 1 MG, who's back to not even full health. And a couple of bears, but Moonwells are almost all dry at the beginning, or one third through nighttime. And Teddy's just mining and mining and mining.
Yeah, and Kevin opting to produce more bears. I'm not sure this is going to be changing the course of this match for him at all here. The Berserkers are just going to town on those bears. You'd think they would be tanky being melee units, but no. The Berserkers just do ridiculous DPS combined with Bloodlust and the Berserk ability. The Blade Master, of course, as well, just doing ridiculous damage. And images are so annoying. They just get in the way, Neo, and there's practically no dispel to deal with them.
Yeah, because if he goes Dryads, then the Headhunters just tear them apart alongside the Serpent Wars, the piercing damage everywhere, even from the Kodo. If the Kodos have Bloodlust, they are not the most horrible damage dealers anymore, because RaRaLand makes everything nice. And yeah, how do you deal with that? Tranquility, there is no Hex, there's no Ensnare, so that will be huge on Mountain Giants. But then he has that Pit Lord and that soaks up experience. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm feeling the Pit Lord third here just really not having as much of an impact as we hoped. Teddy was actually microing really well against the Rain of Fire, splitting the Berserkers at the back, and I feel like maybe Howler was the only right choice here. Oh, Purge from Lightning Orb, of course, as we so often see it. 3 in a row, actually, on that Druid of the Claw.
The attack speed is so sick, dude, from his 1 gloves and a bit of stat boot from the Circlet. And, of course, the TC aura. He still has that item, by the way, but we don't want to be too harsh. Kevin is trying to maneuver himself into a position, but now his army is cut off. I think he wanted to go to a shop or a Zeppelin or something, but now he's stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Dude, Bladestone coming out right now. The Pit Lord just gets absolutely destroyed, and Kevin's like, nope,
Yeah.
enough of that noise, I'm out.
Don't do this to my army. I feel for them. Teddster, dude, taking a convincing victory.